Alas, hello, and it's time for a bit of a different guide, as it's one that has come from a passion of mine that lies outside of The Sims. Yes, I have interests outside The Sims, believe it or not. And it's how to create a successful and rather realistic K-pop group in The Sims 4. Now, before we get started, I'm going to address the question you likely have. I am absolutely not Korean. I'm Australian with an Italian background. It's probably about as far from Korean as you can get. But this being said, following a trip to Korea, I have become rather K-pop obsessed and I follow and listen to it a lot. Some in my family might say too much. I would not say that. Now, I believe to have everything covered, you're looking at 3 key expansion packs, being the City Living, Get Together, and Get Famous expansion packs. They're not essential, but they all add a little element to nailing that K-pop group, and I'll talk about where each one comes in later. Also, side note, in particular, the Get Together and Get Famous expansion packs aren't the best standalone packs, but also, if you're gonna buy, always buy on sale. Full price is not worth it, and the sales are somewhat regular. We're gonna start with talking about creating your K-pop group in Create a Sim. Now, you can make your group from scratch, but if you're stuck, then a good idea is to choose to add a group from the gallery and type in K-pop group or something similar before searching for a group to use as your base. Then make all the tweaks and changes that you want to those sims until you're happy with your group. One thing I will say about my K-pop group is that I spent what felt like forever trying to get them right, and in the end I still wasn't perfectly happy with them, as I find creating Asian sims really difficult. So apologies for that. I wish I could have done better, I really struggled. Some quick things to consider: it's nice to give your members multiple outfits, as they are essentially superstars, and I find this makes gameplay a little bit more fun when your sims walk around in different clothes and looks. Often in K-pop, members will have looks that are different but which tie in together, for example through a color scheme, so that's an option too, but not essential. You do what you like. But I also like to think they will be performing a lot, so nothing overly constricting, but by the same token, K-pop stars don't really wear anything overly sexual either, so I like to keep that balance. Normally, K-pop groups are either all girls or all boys, but if you wanted a mixed group, then absolutely go for it, because groups that have girls and boys do exist, an example being Card. I also suggest at least 4 members. I chose my group to have 4 members because the idea of controlling more than 4 sims in a household gives me anxiety. But go all the way up to 8 if you like, and there are easy examples for whatever number you choose. 4 members is very Blackpink, 2 anyone, Mamamoo. 5 works for like Tomorrow X Together or Red Velvet or ITZY. 6 is like A-Pink or BTS for 7, and even Weki Meki for 8. Side note, I really love Weki Meki and wanted to reference them, and I don't feel like they have enough love, so please check them out if you have a chance. Cool is a really great song by them that's quite recent. Now, also with a limit of 8 sims in a household, I am sorry to anyone who wanted to make groups with more, like twice all the boys. I actually don't suggest it because it also conflicts with the max group size for clubs, which I'll talk about later on. In terms of aspirations and traits, everyone's personality is different, so choose whatever you like there. If you have the Get Together expansion pack, then Dance Machine is obviously a good one to tie in. While you can go with Korean names as well, some K-pop stars do have names that are pretty Western, or a Western sounding stage name, such as Wendy or Irene from Red Velvet, so you do you. And with that, we're heading out of Create a Sim. Goodbye Create a Sim. And we're going into the actual K-pop star gameplay. Of course, K-pop stars make music, and thankfully they can write songs using the base game by reaching level 8 of an instrument, such as the violin, guitar, or piano, and at level 9 you can license these using a mailbox, which is a great way to make your sims feel like artists. While this is a good start, a song from a violin doesn't scream K-pop, not to me at least. If you have the City Living expansion pack, then you also gain access to the singing skill. And at level 8, you can write lyrics, and at level 9, license them. You also gain access to items such as the Digirad keyboard, which feels like an electrical keyboard, and the karaoke machine, which is more just a fun side activity that ties in. Another area where the City Living expansion pack comes into play is in the San Myshuno world, and in particular penthouses, which I feel screams fame and a busy life with lots of lights. Of course, again, this isn't essential. Your K-pop stars can live anywhere, and a house is absolutely okay as well. Now, overall, of the 3 packs I mentioned, City Living probably has the least importance when it comes to K-pop when compared with Get Together and Get Famous. Get Together has 2 main K-pop draw cards. The first is the premise of the pack being clubs. Now, the great thing about a club is that it's what ties your K-pop group together. You want to create your club with your K-pop members in it. Note that there's a max of 8 people able to join a single club, and you will need a club leader, which works out well because K-pop groups often have leaders too. I named mine SKP, standing for Sims K-pop, because clearly I'm a basic bitch, but also because a few caps letters are not too uncommon in K-pop, but of course, full words work too. For my club, I set up the encouraged activities as being friendly, because of course our image is important, as well as playing instruments, singing, and dancing. The banned activities are being mean to others, because again, our image is important. Some club perks to look out for are a popular club status and a friendly social bonus, which help to make other Sims like your K-pop stars that little bit more. Skill bonuses for instruments, the singing and dancing skills are great too, as well as maybe like charisma, as picking up those perks will make training those skills during a club gathering much faster, like so much faster. The moodlet perks, especially camaraderie and the inspired club vibe, are also really great if you want to make your Sims happier while in the club or give them an inspired moodlet. Also, if your Sim has a career such as the base game entertainment career or the social media career from the City Living expansion pack, then the networked club perk will make being promoted that little bit easier. Being in a club also means easy group outings, where your Sims are linked in a group together, meaning it's so simple to make them all grab a drink, hang out in a certain location, or hit the dance floor together. And who can forget dancing, which is the other huge draw card that the Get Together expansion pack brings to the K-pop table. Yes, we have a K-pop table now. Get Together adds dance floors and the dancing skill, as well as group dances, which is a massive part of K-pop. You can even make a little dance area in your house or penthouse. And of course, on a night out, you can have them all perform together, which is great too. So now we have a group that sings, dances, and looks the part. The final piece of the K-pop puzzle is fame. And this is where the Get Famous pack comes into play. Get Famous, as you would really expect and hope, introduces a fame system, where your Sim can go from being a peasant to a 5-star celebrity superstar. The great news is that many K-pop related tasks, such as licensing songs and lyrics, practicing music in public, and dancing in public, can all contribute to fame. There's also more. I'll call them side tasks, which can add to the realism and feeling of being a K-pop idol. Namely, the video station lets your Sims become influencers of sorts and upload vlogs, and you can also buy the streaming drone, which gives the impression of doing live streams to your fans. Both really awesome things to do. Another playable career, being the actor or actress career, also features in the pack. Now, while this isn't directly K-pop star related, the two fields are a little bit linked. For example, Jisoo from Blackpink is going to star in a K-drama, so it's just one more thing to consider, that it can be kind of like an overlapping angle. Uploading videos, streaming, and the actress career will all help your Sim to gain fame as well. I feel as K-pop idols, you want to aim to have your Sims be at least a 3-star B-list celebrity, but of course a 5-star global superstar is similarly appropriate for a K-pop idol. Alongside fame, we have fame perks, which can further add depth to your superstar life. From launching a lifestyle brand to having Sims start to dress like your own, hosting charity streams, getting freebies, having your own PR agency, and even creating friendships with ease. There's a lot to look at in terms of fame perks and to tailor to your specific K-pop idols. As I've said a bit earlier, our image as a K-pop idol is important, and alongside the fame system is a reputation system. So you're going to want to try to get your idols a good reputation too. Being generally friendly will help, as will having your PR get positive stories written about you, and hosting charity streams will help too. Another fun thing you can do is that if you have a Sim who's good at painting or photography, you can have them snap or paint visual representations of your star-studded Sims and hang them up around your home for some big energy. Love that. I think when it comes to creating a group, you have your base, which is your performing, your singing, your dancing, and then you have all those extra layers from the packs that you can then tailor different Sims to have their own unique quirks and interests, which I really like. And that's about it. With this, you can literally have a defined group of famous performers with lots of perks to go with it. If you have any tips of your own to add to the K-pop aesthetic further, then please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed or found this video helpful, then please drop a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and have an amazing day. See you later.